Are you getting into Hockey Ultimate Team for the first time, whether it's this year or the first time ever? Well, then you've come to the right place. I'm going to tell you everything that I know so that you guys can have an advantage going into this game mode. A lot of people are afraid to go into this game mode because they believe that it's pay to win. You can't get anywhere without spending money, and EA has made strides over the past few years to allow you to get decent cards without spending a penny. Out of your wallet, not your in-game money. Just like the moment this year where I pulled Brianstormed, kind of. That's not even what I look like. If it was really me, it'd be 99 overall. Well, EA, who is this guy? But anyway, you get your starter pack. I don't think it'll ever have any good cards, so don't worry about it. Though Glendenning's actually pretty solid, but we'll talk about that later. So the first thing that you want to do, whether you already know how to play or not, is you do the tutorial because they're going to give you free cards to help with your team build. Squad Battles is a new mode where you get to play against AIs who are using the teams of real players. You play 4 games every day or two, and based on how you play, based on the difficulty that you choose, you get pretty good rewards. The HUD Hub is saying you can earn coins in a number of different ways, such as playing offline, online, or doing challenges, and spend them on the auction house or in the store to get better cards. Single player modes include squad battles, hut challenges, and team of the week. You can also do exhibition games and draft champions. Online, you have online seasons, the main mode, then you have competitive seasons and hut champions, which are more competitive. Objectives allow you to get rewards for playing the game daily and weekly. You can edit your team by swapping out players, setting up strategies, using consumables such as making someone the captain or applying a contract, as well as trying to synchronize your synergies. Sets allow you to put in your mostly unused items to hopefully get something better out of them. Hut challenges are played offline that reward you coins and collectibles when you meet certain requirements, such as taking a certain number of shots. This is just telling you all the different type of items in Hut. You have the base cards, you have special edition cards, which have a higher overall compared to the base cards. Consumables in case your player's contract runs out or he gets injured. Loan cards are stronger players, but are available only for a limited time. And customization items to look better. And finally, synergies when activated give you a boost to your player's stats. So we got all of that, we claimed our rewards, let's go see what's inside the pack. In your item inbox, you'll get your tutorial rewards. The most important thing here is this tips collectible that says sets, because we're going to use that to get even more cards. In our unopened packs, we have a number of packs here, including the mini pack that was given to us for completing the tutorial. The other packs are based on loyalty rewards, depending on whether or not you played the 3 earlier editions of NHL. If you haven't played them, get EA access, download them from the vault. NHL 17, 18, and 19, just play Hockey Ultimate Team, and then you get 10 free packs, most of which were bad, except I did get 2 cards. I got an Icons collectible going for about 50k, and I also got this Pedersen, who's a nice addition to the squad. After that, what you want to do is you want to set up your strategies so that your players play the exact same way, well, as much as they can anyway, every game. If you head on over to manage lineups, that is where you can do that so you don't have to edit it when you're in the game every time. If you don't have any strategies, feel free to copy mine. I'll go over them and why I chose them in another video, so stay tuned for that. After that, let's get more free cards by turning in that tips collectible that we got from completing the tutorial. If you head on over to exchange and then go to the sets, the one toward the right is where you can do so. Each set in here is completed by the previous one, so if you start off by doing the first one by putting in the collectible that you got, it'll give you more collectibles to do the next one. You can also do the set quicker by pressing the left stick in to auto-fill the set. You can read through the tips to see if they help you, but I think they're pretty basic and self-explanatory. And then go into your unopened packs to open up the rewards. When you get to the last one, things get a little bit more suspicious. But the good news is they'll give you more gold cards when you turn in the set. Throw in your worst ones, preferably the untradeable ones marked with the blue icon on the top right of the card. Those guys aren't worth anything, so you might as well get rid of them. From there, you get a players pack. You get 10 free players, 3 of which are going to be gold, so it can definitely boost your squad right here. Even if it can't, I mean, you just threw in like 5 or so player cards, you get 10 back, so it absolutely is worth it. I end up pulling a Jason Zucker, 82 overall. That pretty much replaces the 76, 77 cards that I threw in. After that, make sure you guys do the limited time event hut challenges. In this case, we have EA access. These are going to be the hut challenges that give you the best rewards. I completed all 6, so I'm going to go back into the sets, and I'm going to throw it into the best set. If you can't complete it in time, then throw it into the lower tier sets so that you can still get some kind of reward out of it. In this case, you get 10 players, 5 of which are gold, and 2 of which are 80 plus. This got me my best free pull right here, Erik Karlsson, 85 overall. Too bad it's untradeable, so I can't sell him for coins. Either way, he should be on my team for quite some time. Other limited time hut challenges may have different rewards. Some may guarantee you a higher overall player, whereas the other hut challenges will mostly just give you coins. However, if you're just starting out, I still recommend you do the normal hut challenges, as they can build your coin stash and then allow you to get whatever players you want. The Superstar challenges allow you to get 1900 coins a game, assuming you do all of them in one game, but you don't have to. You can do them in separate games if you're struggling with them. The next thing we want to do is edit our lineup so that we have the best possible players out on the ice. The first thing that you want to do is you want to press the left stick in to autofill your players with the highest overall, and you want to exclude your loan cards. The game will put the best players in there for you, but there are still some tweaks to be made. For example, your centers may be the highest overall, but they may not be the best at taking the face-off. Pettersson's a good example of that. So you have to search through all of your cards, you press the right stick in, and look at the face-off stat. See who is good at taking the face-off. On the second line, we have Backlund. He's got an 82 in his face-off rating, so that's pretty decent. Starting out anyway. Over on the third line, we have Jeff Carter. He's got an 83. So we're probably going to have him on the first line. Pettersson doesn't deserve the third line, at least not on this team, so let's put him on the first one. Now I'm just moving my higher overalls up to the top lines. Your lefties and righties on whatever side, I don't think it matters as much this year, so we can leave that alone. And now we look at the weakest cards to see who else can we bring in. We have a bunch of loan cards, but we don't want to use them on like games that don't matter. Save them for maybe a division title game or a strong squad battles game. Unless you have loan cards like these, Sundin and Roenick, they have 5 days left. They are time-based. That means use them as much as you can because they're going to be gone soon. These cards likely came from the milestone rewards, so be sure to do those. I'll show you where they're located later in the video. You'll also notice I'm searching by all of my forward cards at the same time. That is because you may have 5 great centers, but the game's only going to put in 4 of the best centers on your team. Make sure one of those centers become wingers. Lastly, when it comes to face-off stats, sometimes it's not the centers who have the best face-off stats, as Luke Glendening shows us a 78 overall right wing, and he's got 88 for face-offs, which is pretty insane. He's my vote for the best low overall gold card. So I'll be sure to throw him onto my squad so that we can round it out. Another thing to consider are synergies. I wouldn't worry about them too much right now just because you probably don't have the right players to fill any of these synergies. But when you're buying players, consider their synergy and try to fill out some of these because your players will play better than their stats suggest. Like with the wingman synergy, these 4 guys have a better shooting accuracy, better skating, and better passing. After this, visit the auction house and see what they have available for you. You probably don't have a whole lot of coins, but as you gain some over time, maybe over the next week or so, consider buying some of the cheapest gold cards that you can find, preferably under 1K. So what I'm doing here is I'm searching for under 1K cards that are gold, and then I'm moving the overall rating ever so slightly higher just so I can see who are some of the best cards that I could grab for under 1,000. You'll see right now we're looking at 77 plus overall cards. Now we have 78 plus overall cards, and I'm going to do it one more time to 79 plus overall cards. And now we have a group of 12, so any of these guys should be a good pick, or you can go into their advanced stats or look at their synergies to help with your decision. Log in every 23 hours to claim a free pack, which includes a monthly collectible. Get enough of those and you can throw them into a set that I'm about to show you guys, and you can get some decent rewards. Another place for decent rewards are these objectives that I mentioned earlier. You can do them daily. There are some that you do weekly, mostly just for playing the game. The daily objectives will reward you a monthly collectible, whereas the weekly objectives will earn you untradeable gold cards. If you go over to the milestones with the right bumper or R1, These are goals that you can try to achieve over time in the hopes of getting additional coins, either loan cards or those icon collectibles, which if you go over to sets, we can take a peek at right now. So with the icon collectibles that you get from the milestones, you can also get them from packs, turning in your monthly collectibles, or putting 50 players in the grinder with that set on the left. For one icon collectible, you can get an 85 overall, for 2 an 86, for 3 an 87, for 5 you can get an 88 overall, for 7 an 89, and for 9 a 90 overall. It is untradeable, however, so if you want to get rid of them, you're not going to be able to sell them. After that, let's take a look at the upgrade sets, which allow you to trade in your bronze, silver, or gold cards for hopefully better cards. For 8 bronze, you can get 2 silvers. For 8 silvers, you can get 2 golds. And for 8 golds, you get to trade them in for another 2 golds, one of which are guaranteed to be 80 plus overall. Again, all this is untradeable, so keep that in mind. Then at the very end, you can trade in your various team items such as coaches, arenas, jerseys, logos for different packs depending on the rarity of the cards that you're throwing in. Finally, let's take a peek at the monthly collectibles that you get from logging in every day and completing the daily challenges. The best reward is toward the very end. But if you don't think you can get enough of those collectibles to get that last reward, then consider doing some of these earlier sets so that you can at least get something out of it. Speaking of making sure you guys get something out of it, make sure you play your squad battles because you're pretty much given free coins, free packs just for playing the game. No matter what rank you get, though, the better that you do, the better your rewards. You can see that here as I am going through them. If you can at least beat computers on the pro difficulty, then you'll get some of those juicy player packs that we talked about earlier. While I couldn't showcase any active competitive seasons, here is one from NHL 19 where they give you guys free packs for just participating in that game mode. Finally, last thing that I wanted to mention is if you are planning on spending money, the best time to spend money is at the beginning of the year because it seems like no matter what kind of low gold cards that you pull, they're going to be worth a good amount. Let's compare it to buying packs at the very end of the year. If you do so, pretty much everything that you pull isn't worth anything. So it's the exact opposite as the start of the year. That is my guide on how to get started in Hockey Ultimate Team in NHL 20. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Or if there's anything that I missed, let me know so I could cover it next time.